Hello, welcome to this week's newscast from Power Engineering International. I'm Kelvin Ross. In this week's headlines, a university has been brought in to develop an early warning system to prevent jellyfish entering coastal power plants and causing shutdowns. Sri Lanka is facing government-imposed power cuts after the failure of the island's only coal plant. SNC-Lav is developing a business case to advance carbon capture and storage in the UK. Work has started on a concentrated solar power plant in South Africa, and Italian cable company Prysmian has won a $14 million offshore wind farm contract. A UK university is developing a warning system in a bid to stop jellyfish halting the production of coastal power plants. Jellyfish entering the cooling water intake systems of coal and nuclear plants have affected power stations in the UK, Sweden, the Philippines and Japan. Torness nuclear power plant in Scotland was shut down for a week, resulting in the loss of 166 gigawatts after a jellyfish swarm got into the cooling water system. A spokesman for EDF Energy, which operates Torness, said that jellyfish swarms are an occasional but very challenging issue. Now researchers at Bristol University are working on a supercomputer early warning tool that they say could also be adapted to analyse flows of seaweed, which is also a problem for coastal power plants. The Sri Lankan government has had to impose nationwide daily power cuts following the failure of the country's only coal-fired power plant. The breakdown at the 900 megawatt plant resulted in 48% of the island losing electricity. The plant, which has been in operation since 2011, saw all 3 units fail on Sunday, and this has forced the government to cut power for 1.5 hours a day. The forced daily outage would have been worse but for rainfall regenerating hydropower facilities. SNC-Lav has been appointed by the UK's Energy Technologies Institute to develop a generic business case to advance carbon capture and storage in Britain. The project will see SNC-Lav develop a template high-efficiency combined cycle gas plant, identify potential sites for the project and build a credible cost base. SNC-Lav will be supported in the 9-month project by engineering firm AECOM and the University of Sheffield. The Energy Technologies Institute believes that CCS is one of the most cost-effective technologies to help the UK meet its 2050 CO2 reduction targets. A groundbreaking ceremony has taken place in South Africa for a 100 megawatt concentrated solar power project. Kathu Solar Park is in the Northern Cape province and is being developed by a consortium led by ENGIE and comprising Senna and Asionia. Construction has begun following the signing of a 20-year power purchase deal between ENGIE and South African utility Eskom. The plant is expected to be operational in the second half of 2018 and will feature a molten salt storage system that allows 4.5 hours of energy storage to extend the operational capacity of the plant after sunset. Italian cable company Prysmian has been awarded a $14 million contract for an offshore wind farm being built in the Belgian North Sea. The 309 megawatt Rentel wind farm is located around 34 kilometres from Zeebrugge and will consist of 42 Siemens wind turbines. Prysmian will be responsible for the design, manufacture and supply of submarine cables, as well as termination and testing devices. The cables will be made in Prysmian's factory in Norway and are set to be delivered next summer. That's all for this week. Thanks for watching and we'll see you again soon.